Hi John, Anne-Marie here, and thanks very much for your CV. I'm just going to go through a few pointers, but overall I think you have a good strong CV. I just maybe might make a few suggestions to make it even better. So I'll just start from the start. I'm going to send you a sample of one because you need to get it to 2 pages, and the one I'd send you will kind of give you maybe a more structured sort of format to make it look a bit better. So starting off, suggest you put your name up here and put in your full qualification. So if it's B, SC, Mech Eng, or whatever it is, and then put in brackets pending June 2020. So they see straight away that you're due to get your B, MS or your B, Mech Eng in June 2020, and obviously when you get your 2-1 or your 2-2, whatever it is, you can put that up there as well. So really straight away they see your name in a bigger writing up here. You can just put the word CV and then John Beattie in a bigger font. Your address is fine. You don't need your date of birth. You do need your email, but maybe just be conscious that email probably only lasts you a year. So it's no harm to maybe have a Gmail one or a different one that's not DCU related. And then your mobile number. If you have LinkedIn and if you have it and it's good, put it in there. If not, I could actually probably send you a wee link on how to get LinkedIn set up, because a lot of the good jobs go on LinkedIn. Okay, so I think it's a good idea to have a personal statement. Sometimes they call these a personal profile. So that's all fine. And maybe just whenever you have it nearly ready, drop it back to me, because sometimes you can miss wee things like I am an extremely dedicated and adaptable person. So wee things like that sometimes people don't see, but I'll check it out and make sure that they don't get past you. Okay, so maybe just work better as part of a team rather than multiple minds are better. I'll probably get rid of that. Okay, so this is where I think you probably need to make the biggest changes. If you think of your graduate job, you're going to get it because of your degree, not necessarily your experience. So I would suggest you put your educational experience in here. And then, as you know, in the next 3 or 4 years, when your experience is more important than your education, then you'll change the order of it. So I'm just going to skip down to your education for a second. Okay, so what I'd suggest is that you put here maybe DCU, that's Nevin, and then the dates, and then over here the qualification that you have to get, or you've got, and then where you have course highlights, maybe just a slight different. You've got a good bit of space here, but you've also got this space that's all over here. So what I'd suggest is maybe modules include, and then give some of the modules. So Lean and Six Sigma is really important. It's a really good one to have, and as is operations and research management. So maybe put the ones that specifically apply or are relevant to the job that you're going for. And in addition to that, if you only need to include 5 or 6, as you've done. But at least by putting them in a row like that, you're not going to waste, 6 or 8 lines as you have down here. Okay, so then you would put your lady secondary school and 430 points in your leaving cert, and probably big L and big C for here, and that should be fine. Underneath your DCU stuff, what I would suggest is that you do put your projects here. Tidy it up to make it at less lines, so you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines there. Tidy that up to maybe 3 or 4, even use bullet points, and then this one here. And I think this is great that you did this. So you mentioned your team came second in the race. Maybe include 2nd out of 10, 2nd out of 7, whatever the number of the competitors that you have, because it'll make it stand out more. Okay, so all good. And then go back to your work experience. So your intra stuff. So even call this your intra placement. So that's all fine. And maybe just give the full address across here, and you to save yourself a line, you could pick up this bit and put it over here. So you probably get rid of this here, and then just pick up this bit here. And put it over there. It's a bit slow. Okay, so you get the idea. And then maybe just bump them up a little bit, maybe more of the part of a team of 5 people who worked doing whatever. If you can quantify anything here, so if there was maybe you're responsible for updating spare parts, maybe there was 100 spare parts or things like that. Any numbers that you've here, I think would be useful. You might call this section then part-time work. So I think it's good that you've worked from 2016 to 2020, because what that would tell me is that you are good and that you wouldn't be good. You wouldn't invite you back every year if you didn't perform. So probably across here, you just put Castiglione and then again the dates, just to keep it rolling a bit smoother. And you can put down bullet points around, you know, your responsibilities there. So you can just make them smaller, and then the same with centre. So you know, again, the fact that you've worked 2 jobs at one time as well as hopefully getting your 2-1 says a lot about you, that you're able to manage your time. So I think all this information is really good. And then just skipping down here. So the next bit then, the 4th bit or so, will be your skill set. So you could actually just put these all in one line or two. And then interest. Sometimes you can put down interests, hobbies and achievements. So I would bulk this up a good bit more than you maybe currently have. So you could talk about playing with your local football team and give the name of them, any success that you've had, if you have under 21 success, if you trialled out for the county or anything like that. And then the music and playing your drums, you could expand that if you're having a band, anything like that. I'd probably get rid of this bit here because it sounds a little solitary, whereas this sounds more team-based, which is better. And then the drama. Now, you know, if it's a long time ago, I probably would lose it. If there's anything that you did in college that was anyway mechanical engineering orientated, if you're involved in any societies, anything like that, to be honest, a lot of people aren't, so I wouldn't worry too much if you have that. But maybe dig deep here and see if you've done any fundraising, if you've ever run a 5K or a 10K, anything to show hobbies, interests, achievements, because this is a really key part. You know, if you're a prefect or a peer mentor or anything like that, and that's always good. And then finally, you have 3 references. You really only need 2, and again, to try to reduce the number of lines if you just put the phone numbers across here. So overall, I think if you make those suggestions, and I'll send you on the copy, I think you'll have a good, strong CV. But please feel free to come back to me, and I'll give it the final once over before you start sending it out. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.